Hello again. It's going to be a bit of a smaller update again this week, but I wanted to give a bit of a closer look at the junk now that it is not nearing completion, but in a much more complete state than it was in the previous video. I've added the water interaction, various particle effects, the wake. The sails are considerably more detailed now since they've been converted to proxy meshes. So there's quite a bit more geometry in place with them without adding to the overhead much. I've added the whatever you call those spray guards, which I do intend to be removable, but are currently static. The anchors are in place and functional, as well as the pump system. The whole model has been split apart to help with lighting and different zones of the ships, which is very slow going, but I feel worth it to get the lighting for particularly internal spaces, working as I'd like it. A notable feature of junks is their heavy use of bulkheads. I have added this to a degree, although not nearly to the extent the real ships would have used, just to save on the amount of time a player's got to spend climbing ladders. But there are still a number of them. 3 main compartments for this ship. This is the progress on the interior cabin. I've added various particle effects, god rays, improved the lighting, and added a lot of little elements for visual interest. It's not fully complete yet, but significantly further along than it was. I have also begun and progressed pretty significantly in the area of Lods meshes, which isn't terribly exciting, but it is necessary. You can see I've added the deployable dinghy as well on our nice little deck surface here. It's not fully functional yet, but you'll be able to deploy and retrieve the rowboat as you can with any of the other ships. I wanted to welcome any of the recent viewers from the Sailwind and Ahoy Discords. I was somewhat surprised to see a bit of a spike in viewership and engagement, which I absolutely appreciate. Both games or projects are ones that I am personally interested in, and I hope both of them continue to develop, and I'm interested in seeing where they end up. Sailwind in particular was a wonderful little project that, excuse me, I shouldn't say little, a wonderful project that played a part in having me convince myself to work on this project in the first place. Not the only influence, but it's a wonderful game, and the developer absolutely deserves a pat on the back for the amount of work he's done. It's a great game. This is the view from the helm. I have animated the ropes, which I enjoyed. It's just a UV offset, but it is fit to purpose, I feel. On a more technical end, in addition to more work on the junk, I have spent quite a bit of time refactoring and improving the scripts and systems for environmental audio. So it's not going to sound much different in these videos, but there's a considerable amount of work done to improve localization for audio. For example, the water audio versus ship audio, and the fading between those versus being on land, for example, have been almost completely rewritten. So there's currently not much in the way of actually new sounds, but the back end to support those sounds has been almost entirely rewritten, and should make it quicker and easier in the future to have not just unique sounds for a given ship, but different environmental cues for different weather conditions or different types of land, anything like that, for example. Anyway, I wanted to wrap this up and thank you all for watching, and should have another one up in a couple weeks, hopefully with a bit more of a focus on back-end back-end systems.